I'm excited to be here. I am a firefighter with the city of Southfield. I've been here for 22 years. So I'm an old guy compared to you guys. No. My name is Andy Skierski. I am of Polish descent. I have 2 skis in my name, so it's kind of a funny name, Skierski. But I've learned a lot in my career here with the Southfield Fire Department. I believe that we have an excellent fire department. We go on a lot of runs, we save a lot of lives, and we help a lot of people, okay? Our job is to save lives, protect property, and make sure everyone's safe, okay? All right, so my first question is, how's everybody doing today, okay? All right, are you excited to be back in school after that long summer? All right, all right. All right, I figured, okay. So, most important thing is safety, okay? You guys are in a large school, okay? You have fire drills here, correct? Yes. All right. So every time there's a fire drill, you guys get up in an orderly fashion and follow your teacher or however you do it, and you go outside, right? Yes. Excellent. It's very important to get out and stay out. Okay? If there's a fire anywhere, in the school, in your house, anywhere, you need to get out of the fire environment, okay? No smoke, no fire, no heat. You get outside, you're safe, okay? That's all we care about. Safety, 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 all right? So I hope you guys do a good job on your fire drills. You listen to your teachers, and you follow the rules, and you don't play any games, okay? Because it's serious. It's not a joke, all right? But today I'm here to tell you a little bit about fire safety in your home and some things that you can do. And the holidays are coming up, so we have winter time coming, and there's several things that can affect the safety in your home, okay? All right, now I want to know one thing. How many people have ever heard this? I hope everybody's heard that. Good show of hands, all right? That's a smoke alarm. See that? You guys have seen these, right? All right. Okay, it's very important. I have some homework for you guys to do tonight. Oh, it's fun. All right. Hold on. All right, hold on. This is fun homework, okay? And I'm going to give you a prize, okay? All right? So you guys are going to get something from me today, but you have to promise me you're going to do this tonight. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you the prize today, but I have to trust you that you'll do your homework tonight. Okay? All right, so smoke alarms have batteries in them. Okay? Now, do we know when we're supposed to change the batteries? Just blurt it out. All right, okay. All right. Listen up, guys. Listen up. All right, you're supposed to change the batteries in a smoke alarm twice a year, okay? We like to say in the fall, which is now, or in the spring rather, fall back, spring forward. When we change the clocks, we like to change our smoke detector batteries, okay? So do me a favor, go home tonight, say Mom, Dad, whoever you live with, we need to check our smoke alarm batteries and make sure that we changed them this year, okay? So that's all you got to do. How hard is that? Come on, you don't have to read anything, you don't have to write anything. Very easy, okay? So listen up, guys. Your smoke alarms are the things that you're going to hear if there's a fire in your house, and that is going to save your life, okay? It's the most important tool in your house to get you out safe, okay? So we got to have working smoke detectors. Another thing that's very important, you should also check to see if your parents have a fire extinguisher, okay? So, you know, the big red thing with the hose on it? Yeah. Yeah. We should probably make sure you have at least one of those, all right? So check on that too. All right. Now, do you guys know the difference between a good fire and a bad fire? Yeah. Yeah? Well, let me explain both, okay? Let me explain both. All right. A good fire is a campfire, a cooking fire, a barbecue grill fire, okay? Things like that. A fire that's in your furnace that keeps your house warm. Those are good fires, okay? A bad fire is when somebody tries to light a fire and it's not supposed to be there, okay? We call that an intentional fire, okay? Don't play with matches. Don't play with lighters. Don't play with candles, okay? We don't want you guys getting burned, okay? Fire hurts real bad. I don't know if anybody's ever been burned, but it doesn't feel good. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Keep your hands down, okay? So listen up, guys. Good fires are okay. Bad fires, no. So don't ever play with matches. Don't ever play with lighters. Don't try to light fireworks in your house. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. Okay? Hey guys, listen up. Listen up. All right. So, let me tell you a little bit about my job, okay? I do some cool stuff, all right? This is one of the things. I talk to people about fire safety. I talk to children. I talk to adults. I go to big high-rise buildings, like the town center, the big gold buildings. And I go to those buildings and I teach people how to get out of high-rise buildings in a hurry, okay? Some people get nervous in a fire. Everybody gets nervous in a fire, even the firemen. If we didn't get nervous, we wouldn't do a good job, all right? So we got to think about what we do and we got to do it right, all right? Another thing that I do is I'm a fire investigator. So after the firemen put a fire out, I go in with all these nifty tools and cool monitors and all sorts of things, and I take samples and I try to find out what caused the fire. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. But it's a very cool job. It's like a CSI job on TV, like a real technical job. All right? And then I also do one other thing too. I go around to buildings, not as much schools, because the schools are done by the state inspectors, but I go to buildings and offices and all sorts of businesses, and I go in there and I make sure that their building is safe. They have smoke alarms, they have fire extinguishers, they have sprinkler systems that are in buildings that put the fire out. Okay, so I have to make sure all that stuff is up to date and checked by a professional person, okay? So, we talked about some of those things, and then I want to tell you about firefighting a little bit, okay? I was a firefighter on the trucks for a long time, all right? I got promoted 8 years ago to this position, which is a better position, and I make more money, which is great. But here's the thing. I was a firefighter paramedic for a long time, 16 years before I got this job, okay? So I want to ask you guys something. Do we know when to call 911? Yeah? I'm just going to ask, all right, listen, I'm going to ask one person, okay? So please put your hands up. You. Go ahead. Don't, oh, you're nervous? Okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead. What were you going to say? When do we call 911?
Like an emergency.
Right, and an emergency, all right? There's 3 reasons to call 911, all right? And there's only 3, okay? If we have a fire, okay? If we have a medical problem, if somebody gets hurt, cut, you know, whatever, anything that could happen. You could be sick, you could fall down, your parents could fall down. Anybody gets hurt. So a fire is when we call 911. A medical emergency is 2. And number 3 is if you need the police, okay? Those are the 3 reasons we call 911. That's the only time, okay? So we don't joke about it. It's very serious, okay? And I'm sure your parents have told you this several times. You never call 911 for a joke, okay? So we only call 911 in those 3 instances, all right? So when you call 911, it goes right to our dispatch center, which is in the police station. The police dispatchers, they tone our station out, and it has a tone. It goes boo, and we hear that tone, and then they tell us an address on where we're going. If we're going to a fire, if we're going to a medical emergency, if we're going to a car accident, you name it, we do it all, okay? A lot of people call firemen for other things too. Rescue, sometimes we rescue dogs and animals, things like that. You know, we do all sorts of stuff, all right? But most important is the fire, the medical, and the police, okay? So that's the only reason you call 911. All right, now, let's say that you had a fire in your house, okay? And you couldn't get out. You were scared, you were trapped, you were in your bedroom or something like that, right? Okay? Do you guys know what a fireman looks like, other than what I look like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah? We look a little different, okay? All right. I'm glad some of you guys know. I'm going to show you what a firefighter looks like. I'm going to put my gear on, okay? Now, this is my dress uniform. It looks professional. I have a patch. I have a nameplate. I have a badge, okay? When I come into your house or I come to see you, you know I'm a fireman, okay? But if I put my gear on, I kind of look like a space alien, okay? And do people know who Darth Vader is? Yeah. Mr. Star Wars, right? Right? But he was the bad guy, okay? He was the bad guy, right? All right, listen up, guys. Listen up. Please, listen up. All right, so when I put my gear on, I sound a little bit like Darth Vader when I'm talking. So I don't want you to be afraid of me, okay? Now, some of you are older, some of you are younger, okay? Some kids are afraid of firemen, what we look like with our gear on, all right? So I'm going to put it on, and I want you to see that there's nothing to be afraid of, okay? I just have a special suit on that I'm wearing. It's not as cool as Iron Man's suit, but it's pretty cool, okay? So I'm going to put the suit on, and I'm going to show you what I look like, and then I'm going to talk to you with my mask on, all right? And then we'll talk a little bit more about my gear after I get it on, okay? So give me a couple of minutes here, and I'm going to put my gear on. So, first things first, all right? So, first things first, okay? We have our boots all set up, okay? I know it's hard for you guys to see over there, but we have our boots all set up inside our pants. Now, we're supposed to be able to do this in 90 seconds, but I can't do it while I'm talking to you guys and trying to get my gear on, okay? So, it's a little harder, but if I... Oh, that would be great. Thank you. All right. All right, so I pull my gear on like this, okay? Got suspenders. It's kind of weird looking, okay? And then I put this on, all right? Strap it up, okay? Now I look like a big guy, right? All right, now I have my coat on. And look at all the cool colors I have on here. Does anybody know why I have these stripes and stuff on my coat? Why do you think? You in the back, right there. Why do you think I have these stripes on my coat? Why do you think I have these stripes on my coat? It's okay. Anybody else? Why do I have my stripes? Yes, girl in the pink, right there. Well, that's part of it. She said, I have these stripes on my coat to show that people, you need to get out of my way, right? That's part of it, okay? But a lot of it has to do with reflection and light. Like at nighttime, if there's light shining on my coat, these stripes, they shine like bright white. So somebody can see me in the fire, okay? When you're inside of a fire, it's very dark, very hot, black smoke. It's very hard to see, okay? And if I get lost, or somebody can't find me, or I get hurt or something and I fall down, when they're shining lights in there, those lights reflect on these stripes and they can see me. They can see my body. See how I have stripes all the way around? See that? Another reason for that is, when we're out on the road, in a car accident situation, lots of times car accidents happen at nighttime when you guys are sleeping, okay? And we want people to see us out on the road so we don't get hurt or hit by another car driving by, okay? So the stripes are reflective so they can see me, all right? Now I'm going to put my mask and my helmet on, okay? And I'm going to sound very different, all right? So I don't want you to be afraid, and I'm going to walk around and I'll let you guys all see me, okay? Thank you.
me? Can you hear me? How do I look? Do I look a little different? See what I sound like? See what I sound like? Isn't it weird? See that? See that? It's hard to hear. Okay, guys, listen up. Listen up. All right, listen up, guys, please. Okay, now listen up, guys. It's hard to hear me, so I gotta talk. I need you to hear something. Luke, I am your father. Do I sound like Vader? Luke, I am your father. All right.
All right, did you see the difference? Yeah. It's a big difference, isn't it? All right. I don't ever want you to hide in the fire, okay? I want you to get out. Remember how important it was when I said you got to get out of your house as fast as you can? You guys need to go home and have a plan. You need to talk to your parents on a day when you're not doing anything and you have a plan to get out of your house safely, okay? You need to talk to mom and dad, brother, sister, whoever, auntie, uncle, whatever. You need to talk to them and say, we need to have a way to get out of our house and a meeting place. And what I mean by a meeting place is maybe your neighbors or something like that, or a tree, or a mailbox, or your plate if you have a tree house or something. Anything like that, and say, we're going to meet here if there's a fire emergency in our house, okay? It's very important. So talk to them about a plan and say, hey, do we have a plan to get out of our house safely? If not, we really need to work on that because it's important, okay? So, getting back to the fire gear. Firemen don't walk through a house, okay? We don't walk. Now, I apologize because I don't have an air pack on me. We carry an air pack, all right, that gives us fresh air to breathe through that mask, all right? It just so happens today that a couple of the extra ones were broken. They went in for repair, so I couldn't bring you one. All the main ones are on the fire trucks, and they have to have them. I can't borrow them in case they have a fire while I'm in here, okay? So I apologize for that. But we have air packs on our backs, so we can breathe in the hot, smoky environment. You guys can't, okay? So, let's say you're in the house. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to help you here. Let's say you're in the house, and you see smoke in the house, and you're scared, and you go back in your room, and you get low, or you go into a closet or something. I don't ever want that to happen, but some kids do, okay? We're going to come in, we're going to be crawling on the floor with all that gear on. We're going to be making a lot of noise. I'm going to have that helmet on, I'm going to have that face mask on, I'm going to have an air tank on, and I'm going to be breathing. You're going to hear it. It's going to sound like this. Don't be afraid of that noise, okay? Don't be afraid of that noise. Hey guys, listen up. This is serious. Listen up, okay? All right? So I'm going to be making that noise, and I'm going to be looking for you. I'm going to be saying, fire department, is anybody in here? Fire department, anybody in here? I want you to scream as loud as you can. I'm here, help me, help me, help me, help me. Okay? The more noise you guys make, the quicker I'm going to find you and get you out safe. Okay? So, but I'm going to be crawling. I'm not going to be walking. And I'm going to tell you guys why we crawl. Okay? Because there's a lot of heat up here. And down here, there's almost none. Okay? So heat rises. It gets very hot up here, okay? And our gear, believe it or not, our gear can protect us up to 500 degrees of temperature. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to educate you guys a little bit. There's fires where it gets to be 2,000 degrees inside the house. Okay? That's 4 times what my gear can handle. Okay? All right, wait. Who wants to hear a run going out on the radio? All right, listen up.
62, Station 2, for a fire alarm, yes, and Spain. 26,200 American, 26,200 American, Suite 100, came in as general fire alarm from the piano.
Okay, that wasn't a real exciting one. That was a fire alarm. But it's probably a false alarm. Somebody's doing some construction work and they set off the smoke detectors, the smoke alarms, okay? But this radio, this is a very important tool that we use, okay? We always carry a radio with us. We have to have communication between us and the other firefighters, okay? It's very important to have a radio. Every firefighter has a radio with him on all fires, okay? So, this could save our life. Sometimes firemen fall through floors and we go into basements and stuff. All right, we got to be able to communicate with the other firemen to help us get out. Okay? So, I've told you guys a lot of stuff, all right? And the most important thing is I want you to make sure that you get out safe, all right? Try not to start any fires. I don't want anybody playing with matches or lighters, all right? We talked about what the good fires were, right? Cooking fires, bonfires, furnace fires, things like that, okay? Tonight you're going to go home, you're going to talk to your parents about smoke alarm batteries, okay? Now they might say something to you that, oh my God, the smoke alarms are wired to the power to the house. They still all have batteries in them. They need to be replaced, okay? The reason they have batteries in them is because when you lose power in a storm or in the wintertime, they still have to work, okay? So talk to your parents about that tonight. Make sure that you do that. It's very important. All right. And also, I'm going to talk a little bit about Christmas is coming up, isn't it? Yeah. Are you guys excited about Christmas? Yeah. All right. Now be careful. A lot of you guys have real Christmas trees, okay? So be careful with Christmas lights and decorations and all that kind of stuff, because sometimes that stuff starts fires. So tell your mom we got to water the tree. We got to water the tree every day, okay? All right? So I just want you guys to be very safe. Have a good holiday, and I hope you learned something today. And I'm sure I'll come back and talk to you again, okay? But I have a present for you, all right? You guys are all getting Southfield Fire Department coloring books, all right? Southfield Fire Department coloring books. And you're getting a mood pencil that changes colors. All right? Good job, guys. Good job. Thank you for having me, and be safe, all right? Bye.